It's unique, obviously, for a Richland guy to be honoring a Richland guy about as far from Washington, D.C. as we can get without being in the Pacific Ocean. But I would just tell you that, to recognize one of our own here, and I just tell you, ma'am, all the family, apples don't fall far from the tree. You're part of a very special family here today. But for a man who has led by example like you have, Dr. Zirkle, just the profound respect of all of us, not just in the Tri-Cities, not just in the United States, not just in a country. And I remember looking at all the places you'd been when I was studying what you'd been up to over all these decades while I was wandering up around parts of the world as well. And I noticed that he was not going to the places with 4-star hotels and 5-star restaurants. I've driven by sign fractures before. I thought at one time I did think it made signs. Another time I thought it was a physical therapy place. And so I thought maybe one of these days I'll need that too, But I had no idea that hundreds of thousands of people, and probably millions by extension, have been affected, that we've got over 5,000 surgeons who owe their capability to what goes on here and the doctor's leadership. Those 50 nations he's been through. I just think, too, that when you have a training mission that's got to be matched with hardware, having a little background in this sort of thing in a different line of work, there's an enormous need to try and bring things together. And how you integrate all this, there was no sure thing that we'd be sitting here today. We'd all be clapping about success. I'm sure it took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But the result is a worldwide impact with profoundly life-changing results. And I think that I oftentimes try to think of a theme or someone when I'm recognizing someone. And it was the easiest thing in the world to think of a theme in this case, and it's put others first. Yeah, right here is probably the best place, sir. But the United States of America, Secretary of Defense has awarded the Department of Defense Medal for Distinguished Public Service to Louis J. Zirkle, and for service as following. Dr. Louis G. Zirkle is recognized for distinguished public service for his continuing dedication to provide the injured poor around the world with the ability and freedom to walk again. While serving the nation during the Vietnam War, Dr. Zirkle was first inspired to help his overseas counterparts bridge the gap and create equitable orthopedic treatment for citizens of impoverished nations. He participated and led over 100 travels to foreign countries over a span of 50 years in an effort to improve the lives of others. Through collaborative leadership and an unwavering obligation to his vision, Sign Fracture Care International was established in 1999. This humanitarian relief organization has since donated implants and training to thousands of surgeons in developing countries, which continues to this day. Over the course of 20 years, approximately 5,000 surgeons in more than 300 hospitals around the world have provided orthopedic surgical care to more than 200,000 patients. The distinctive accomplishments of Dr. Zirkle and his spirit and commitment in defending and caring for his fellow man reflect great credit upon himself and the Department of Defense. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
Dr.
sir.
Zirkle.
Thank you.
Put this on, sir, to remind everybody that this is the way we did it in the Army, the first joint. Congratulations, Doc. Well done.